Can I
See
do
if I
this?
can do all this.
Can I not do that? I can do not do that. All right.
All right.
Shit. How am I gonna do this here?
How you gonna do what?
I think I got it. I got it. Cool.
Yeah. Hey everybody. This is class, and this is Mr. J.
Yes, it
And
is.
yeah, this is our first segment of Others. Now,
Yep.
if you don't know what Others is already, let me explain. This is for our no pressure family to engage with us, to give us into different type of topics to discuss. And on today, we have our own topics to discuss. If you guys have nothing yet to talk about as far as topic wise, don't worry, we got your back because we do have two amazing topics to talk about. Let's see.
Yeah.
First off, what do you want to start with first? Do you want to talk about the series called Euphoria, or you want to talk about Peacemaker?
You know, I'll actually talk about Peacemaker first because I've actually seen some of it. Is Euphoria that show with Zendaya?
Yeah.
Okay. I have not
That,
seen it.
yeah. Okay, so do you want to talk? So you want to talk about that one first, or you want to talk about Peacemaker?
Let's talk about Peacemaker first
Okay,
because at
so
least I know
let,
some of it.
all right. So how you feel about the show so far, or how did you feel about the whole season itself, as far as what you got to?
As far as what I got to, at least from the last thing that I had seen, it definitely like kind of blew my mind. I was just like, what? But at least with that character, I could at least there was something off, you know? Hey Monty. Um
Hey,
like you could tell like there was just something off about him. Like he definitely wasn't like the others, you know. There was a little something weird about him. And, you know who I'm talking about. I don't know if I can really say while I'm on here. Um
wait,
I
which
don't remember
character?
his name though. But he's
Are you
basically
talking?
the main dude that's in charge.
Oh,
The
what's his
agent.
name? Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The head of the guy in charge of everybody, in charge of hardcore, in charge of the other people that were in there, Jebediah and Peacemaker and
The guy who brought
Vigilante.
them all. Yeah, the guy who brought them all
The whole
together.
guy. I actually forget his name. I think it was Garth. No, I don't remember. Honestly, like it's very hard to.
You're over
It's
here
very
giving
hard
me
to.
stuff about not seeing the show.
Well, no, look, man.
No, that's
I
funny.
didn't like. I took a break. I wasn't those type of people that kind of do those things where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna watch the show back to back to back. I take a little breather and then I get back into the show. Obviously, you don't want to go too long from watching the show because clearly
You
then you
miss
start
things,
losing
yeah.
interest and then you miss all the whole thing and you're like, forget it. I'm gonna watch it now. So, but from what I saw, man, this show got interesting. The ending was awesome. I love the fighting sequence in that. Honestly, the music, the whole ambiance that was happening with hardcore throwing down and the way she went like a gangster and how like out of nowhere the Justice League shows up and I mean they don't do squat. They show up at the last possible minute when everything's already taken care of by
Hmm.
Peacemaker. But at the same time, the fact that they just showed up in general just to be kind of like a little cameo was a nice touch. I mean, James Gunn got that done. He was like, yo, he was telling them, well, he probably told Warner Bros. Like, yo, we're gonna do it like this. You're gonna give me Aquaman, and you're gonna give me Flash. Okay, they're gonna at least give me a few words. That's all I need, just a few words. And then you just see Superman and Wonder Woman like digitally hidden in the shadows.
All right.
So
I'll have to continue watching and check it out for sure.
yeah,
Because I have this thing, like I don't know if it's an OCD thing or what it is, but if I go far enough in a show, even if I'm not liking it or not interested in it, I feel like I need to continue because it's like I've gone too far now. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I can't stop now.
After I just got into it, like just halfway into it, now I got to go all the way.
Like, for example, a show completely unrelated to what we do and everything. It's a show on Netflix. I believe it's called Schitt's Creek. It's
That show's awesome.
it's pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of it that I'm just like, either I don't relate to, or it's just not my thing. But Like, my brother doesn't understand because my brother walks by, he sees me watching it, he's just like, why are you watching this? And it's just like, look, man, I've gone too far now.
Let me be my own kind of cool.
I I need to see it through. And there's shows that I've done that, you know. Same, you know, I
Yeah,
had to finish the whole show. Yeah, you know, it's I don't know, it's weird.
it is
Like if
weird, bro.
you get far enough, and it's just like, all right, you know, I've already invested enough time into it, you know, you might as well finish it. So,
Yeah,
but there has been shows, like I said, that like I didn't even really like the show, and I'm just like, okay, well, I already started it, so I gotta finish it.
all right, so let's talk a little bit about Euphoria then, because you don't know anything about it.
You
So,
know,
but it's quite a show.
I know one thing. It's extremely
Uh,
dramatic. Zendaya has an extremely powerful and very great performance in it. However, I just haven't seen it. I've seen the memes. I've
it's yeah,
seen.
dude. You know how kids get in a certain generation, like Squid Games and stuff like that, and you think, I don't want to watch it, but when you actually watch it, sometimes they know what they're talking about. Like in our generation, when we were younger, we knew what we were talking about. Sometimes we didn't know what we were talking about all the time, but we knew what we were talking about sometimes. So when a good show showed up, we weren't really like, oh, it's lame. We would pick a good show. So it's like, yeah, Squid Games is on Netflix, uh,
Yeah,
but
Squid Games.
but
It's
Euphoria is on HBO Max. That's
ah.
that's the thing. Yeah, it's if you I think you can get like a 1 month or something trial. I don't know, but there's a way where you can watch the show, and it's actually pretty interesting. It's crazy though. It's crazy. Like it's pretty disturbing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of nudity in it, a lot of drugs, and there's one character in there that reminds me. Believe me, brother, if you watch him, you would probably think you know who this fool is because he reminds you of a homie, Obi. Watch, bro. I tell you, if you watch the show, this one guy in the show reminds me of Obi. Just how his vibe, the chill of him, the whole humor, like the whole thing. He's that type of Obi. Like you could watch this. If you get a chance to watch the show, the one guy you should look out for is Fezco. That dude is Fez. That dude is quite entertaining.
All
Um,
right.
but the show's yeah, dude. The show's pretty disturbing. You got to have like a really calm mind to watch it, like because it's really like a lot of things that are happening all at once. But it's really it's really dramatic. Some people say some. I've heard some people from the generation that we're not in, but a current that are saying like that's not how we deal with things now. Like that's not true. Like
Yeah.
how the things are perceived in the show is not how things are being done in real life. But it's like I think more that it's more of a suburbs type of like environment where those kids act like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the story, that idea of like small town people, where people who live too close to each other, they get bored one day and then they start looking for something to do, and then sometimes they go get drunk, or they find beer and then they get drunk together and stuff like that because there's nothing else to do at a small town.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that kind of vibe, and more of
Uh,
a suburbs environment.
environment.
Yeah, environment. Yeah,
Hmm.
and Sadea is a trip in that show, man. She's a real trip. So if you ever get a chance to watch it, you should.
All right.
But let's see. What about so as far as yeah? So I mean, this wasn't my idea. Well, I mean, this was generally some of my idea, but it was also my boy Mr. J who wanted to do this because he felt that we should
Yes.
engage with our audience. We should get a chance to see what you guys want to talk about on the YouTube channel because sometimes, clearly, you guys don't want to talk about just comic book characters and versus
I
battles.
I mean, look, in this segment, yes, I will occasionally bring up the beatdown, or I'll bring up a character, or I was like, hey, I'm thinking of pitching this character. Do you guys have any ideas on who they should face? I'll do that. But really, I'm trying to use this as a tool to try to help us create other segments or other episodes. And really just get to know you guys more on a personal level. I really have no problem with engaging with you guys. I've engaged with a couple of you already. I wish there was more of you on this live so I can ask.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
the beatdown, I don't know. It's odd. I enjoy doing it, but it does seem like other characters get more views than the others, and I'm just like, would you guys want us to use these characters more? Would you like us to use them less? Do you have any suggestions we could use for these guys? Like the Punisher, for example. I've noticed whenever the Punisher is mentioned in our episodes, he gets a bigger response. Um, that Shang-Chi episode did very well.
Oh yeah, the Shang-Chi versus the Karate Kid.
It was
Yeah.
Karate Kid. Yeah, it was the Karate
Yeah, that
Kid.
got a lot. Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like we know that like a lot of people I guess if you just time it right, you can pick you can pick an episode for people to enjoy while something is currently happening. We're currently going to put out an episode for Batman and not too long, I think tomorrow, and it's because obviously Batman is coming up, and obviously people are going to want to talk about Batman, and it's a perfect time to put out a Batman episode, which is why we're trying to follow the crowd where it goes, just like what we did with Peacemaker and Punisher, and it paid off. Like Peacemaker
Yeah.
and Punisher got us over 100 views,
Hmm.
which was great because normally we get like maybe 30 views every now and then, but when
Yeah.
people really enjoy something, they'll enjoy it and they'll show us that they really enjoy it. So it really makes us feel very confident in what we do in our channel. Like it doesn't
Hmm.
make us feel like all hope is lost. It makes us feel like, yeah, let's keep doing this. We've been doing this for a year now, and
Hmm.
it's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's been great. We're trying to think all these new segments all the time. Like I
Yeah.
tried back in the day. We tried the No Press podcast. We
The
tried to talk,
review.
but the people weren't really okay with it. We moved past it. We moved on. We were like, look, we're not gonna waste our time doing this. You guys don't want it, you know. Burning Briefs, we were doing segments with different topics in there about football, about elections, all kinds of things. And, we got like a mixed response with that too. So we're like, okay, well, it is what it is. We're just going to toss that
That
aside.
that's why I feel it's important for us to do these lives, especially with, as many of the subscribers as we can, is because those were experiments. Like, let's be real. Those we weren't sure if they was gonna plan out or not. And it didn't.
Yeah.
So,
No.
you know, so we stopped doing it. I feel this will make it easier for us to create new segments rather than it being a complete 50-50 gamble. Like we're not sure, like, oh, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? This will kind of help us and be like, okay, I have a better idea that this segment might work because, a couple people have already went on the live and they've already pitched it to us.
That's
Makes
true. Yeah,
sense?
there are people. Yeah, it makes sense. And obviously, when people engage with us and leave things in the comment section, like suggestions and stuff, we do take them serious.
Oh,
We
yeah,
actually do
for
advise
sure.
them, and then we do episodes on them because honestly, sometimes we got ideas, but me and Mr. J are going to have conflicts on different characters. Sometimes we're going to be like,
We,
oh, yo,
we,
I like this
we,
character, but I don't
we
like this character with
disagree.
this
We
character.
disagree. We
Yeah.
disagree a
So
lot.
and every now and then when that happens, we need you guys to make it a little easier by saying, hey, we want to watch this. And we're like, okay, you guys want to watch this? We'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. Like the
Yeah.
Bumblebee versus Storm thing, I got some bad review. Well, not bad reviews, but I got this like comment about how, oh, obviously Storm would win. It's like, yeah, I agree. Obviously Storm would win. Like I have no doubt about that. I had no doubt about that. But the thing
I
is,
didn't either.
the only reason I brought it up was because obviously it was Black History Month. It was an opportunity to talk about two of the most amazing female characters in the Marvel and DC
They
comic.
they were
They
both
were the
like the first African American female lead or something like that. Like
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
first
and I got
African American female character.
and yeah, in the comic realms. And
All right.
what do you call it with Bumblebee? Obviously, I got the short end of the stick because she's obviously limited by her powers, and obviously Marvel came hard with their first
But I
character.
mean,
So
like it's happened to both of us, Like there's been episodes where I felt I was on the shorter end of the stick and it
yeah,
didn't work out too good for me. And then,
yeah,
it happens to you. So it's just
yeah,
like
exactly.
all I'm saying is when you guys do engage and you talk back, it makes it a little easier for us. Like Johnny the Brit. Johnny the Brit got back to us relatively fast. And
Yeah.
I don't remember what episode or what video he posted on, but he basically gave us a suggestion, and we took it, we ran with it, and I feel it did well.
Yeah, it did surprisingly well. Did that's why like when you guys pick the videos, sometimes you guys are pretty much giving us the opportunity to move up because maybe we didn't think of an episode that you guys probably thought of, and it could be anything. It doesn't only have to be comic-based characters. We've always said like it could be movie characters. I just recently put out an episode with Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible versus 007 James Bond because I
There
wanted.
was an episode that you had done recently by yourself. I actually wish I had been a part of because I would have gotten in on it. And it was the Indiana Jones one.
Yes,
I
Indiana Jones
I
versus Rick O'Connell.
I am definitely an old school Indiana Jones fan, so I definitely would have taken his side on that. Um, I think I even would have went into the James Bond one with you. I probably would have went with James Bond, but you know.
What I mean, that see, there we go. Now we can do like episodes like that. So if people suggest things like that, I only come up with these ideas, and I think to myself, all right, got to get this episode out because every one now and then I do individual episodes myself because I was like, I get into a lot of different types of episodes where Mr. J is not going to be into doing it, and I'm just like, yo, I'm going to try it myself. And sometimes it does well. Like I did a Joe Goldberg versus Dexter, and it did
That one
phenomenal.
did very well.
But at the same time, we
Um,
also brought our
but I
own
mean,
heavy hitters with.
just looking at the matchup that you're doing, they're very interesting and they're very unique. So I will applaud you for that.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, man. Yeah,
I mean the Dexter versus Joe, just to think of that in itself, I was just like, wow, that was actually that was good. That was very clever. And
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
both shows actually were kind of in the media at the time, weren't they? What wasn't the
Yeah,
what
like
what
yes,
show
you
is
had.
Joe from?
Yeah, Dexter was New Blood. That was a new show, new series coming out at that time, I think. And
I
also
seen
at the
it.
same time,
I
you've
seen
seen
it.
it, and did you like
I
it?
I know what you're talking about now. I
Right.
don't know how to feel about the end, but we
Exactly,
we will skip
exactly.
over that.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that part. But anyways, on that note, it's that Dexter was coming out with a new series. Joe Goldberg's new Netflix series was out, and
What
I
is
was like,
it?
yo,
What
this
is
is an
it called?
opportunity. It was You Netflix series called You. That's the name, just the name, You.
All right,
So
interesting,
that
very
show,
interesting.
the show is crazy. So I thought, hey, why not mix these the characters together, get two characters together. I was surprised by the response. So that's why we're going to keep doing more episodes like this. And then also, it's not just going to be me who's going to do these movie episodes. It's also going to be also me and Mr. J. I'm going to throw some ideas at him. He's going to let me know whether or not he likes some of the ones, and then we're going to just go from there. But you guys, again, can always decide what we can do as well. We're not just going to base only our choices or what we like, you know? That's not
Well,
how we play out.
at least even when you guys just simply make a comment on one of the videos, it kind of tells me, okay, they're more interested in this character because they comment on it. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
so
exactly. When you
so
guys leave, yeah, I agree.
I can't really see likes on the videos. I can see the number, like it'll say, for example, 5 people liked it or whatever. Um, I can't see who liked it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't show that either when even when I have the control of it. It just, people will like it and that's it. But as far as the comment wise, comments really let us know who really enjoyed it the most. It's a lot of
Yeah.
commitment, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's I'll give it to that we're able to do things when people leave comments down below. Even if there's some of the times we don't agree with their comments and they're saying a lot of like sometimes some negative stuff. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
I'll let that stuff slide. But on this note, we're not gonna always do it on Instagram Live because